welcome to week 3. So hopefully if you've been following the program, you've been practicing about 15-20 minutes every single morning, and you probably, if you're really sticking with it, are noticing that your range of motion might be increasing, maybe you have a little bit of a release in hamstrings and hips and knees and sciatica. Hopefully you're just noticing overall, just feeling really good. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to continue to build on that. Let's begin today in a seated, wide-legged forward fold. Come onto your mat, and then if you're on kind of a wood floor, you're going to need cushion for your heels. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your feet and place them onto your mat so that your bum is more off to the wood floor. Maybe you're on carpet, so it's more comfortable. Just extend your legs as wide as you can, and then kind of scoot yourself up. It doesn't matter how wide your legs get. Maybe your wide-legged forward fold is over here, maybe it's here, or maybe it's just out a little bit further. Wherever you are, just kind of notice the tendency to want to start to slouch already. So you really want to flex your feet and then sit up tall. The key here is to have a really long spine. So now I have the long spine, and I'm going to come back and slowly start to kind of walk my hands out. Now as I walk my hands out, I'm just going to walk them out until it feels comfortable. So for you today, it might be right here. And then notice how this feels. It's going to start to really create some intensity. So you're going to need your breath to open up the body. Remember, we set the pose up and then surrender to breath. Take a moment and then come into your first state of what we call resistance. You're going to notice, and it might be up here and it might be down here or somewhere in between. You're in your first state of resistance. You're going to come to your breathing. This is going to open up your body, to peel open your body. Your breath is flowing, it's in and out of your nose. Now the key to really releasing the tightest places in your body is to breathe deeper. Remember, the body opens in layers. Imagine it is like you're peeling the layers of an onion. So it roll off slowly, layer by layer. And it takes a lot of patience, it takes a lot of breath. So come into your wide-legged forward fold any way that is comfortable for you. It might never be comfortable, and that's okay. But what you do want to do is set up the state of the pose, and then close your eyes, relax your upper body, and then simply come to your breath. You're breathing in through the nose, and you're breathing out through the nose. And you're just going to slowly let your body melt in. So you're going to notice that we start in one place in the posture, and then breath by breath, we start to melt in a little bit more. Again, we start to release the next layer or peel of the onion. Good. Take 5 more breaths, but come to your yoga breath in through nose and out through the nose. The key to the pose, remember, we're not forcing, you're not bouncing, but what you are doing is you're coming to your yoga breath. By now you should be able to find that is deep, full rhythmic breath in and out of nose to about the count of 3. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. It takes a lot of time to get into the muscles and start to release and lengthen the muscle tissue. It takes even longer to get into connective tissues. So you need to be really patient. Never force, never bounce. Soften and breathe. Good. Now, without really lifting up all the way to a seat, we're just going to slowly start to make our way to the right leg. Once you make your way to the right leg, you're going to square up your torso over the right leg the best you can, and then gently melt in. One hand is on one side of the leg, the other's on the other side of the leg, and then soften here. Find your breath. Take at least 5 breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Let your entire upper body relax. Good. And then notice the resistance you're feeling. Remember, this is a more advanced posture, so you need to really find your breath. You should be ready for it if you were practicing every day with week 1 and week 2. Everything is progressive. One day builds upon the next. One posture sets you up for the next. And then without lifting your head up, we slowly walk our way to the left side. So that's why this is really called a practice, because it's something that we come to every day, and it slowly and slowly is progressive. Right? So you're melting now, you're squaring up first over the left leg, and then melting in. Relax your upper body, relax your head, and breathe in through nose and out. Good, in through the nose and out through the nose. See if you can relax a little bit more. I know the tendency is to want to bounce or to move away as soon as you find sensation. But once you find that sensation, what you want to do is surrender and deepen, lengthen. Slowly we begin to rise up and then work your legs back together. A counter pose to add balance to the body. Put your feet down into the ground. Take your hands behind you, just like we did in our last week. It's reverse table. Your hips are rising. Your head is dropping. And you're pushing down with the palms and the heels. Push the entire sole of the foot into the earth and let your head go. Just breathe in and out of the nose. Good. Good. Gently, you'll take your hips back down to the ground and we'll make our way to tabletop. We've been here before, tabletop pose. Knees are under hips and hands are underneath your shoulders. Tabletop pose. Just get a little release of the spine, a couple of cat-cows. Lift your chin and exhale, round in. In through the nose, let it rise. Out through the nose, curl. Good. Moving right into extended side angle pose. Take your right hand and kind of line it up with your right knee. Now my right foot is behind me. I'm going to use it as a little bit of a kickstand. And then you'll stack your bones, pivot and turn your left foot. Whole body stacks. We're creating stability through our core, and we're just going to start to lengthen and release the left side of the body. Take your left arm up and then reach it over your head. Now pull with your left hand and push away with your left foot. So my body looks like an angle, side angle. You actually are really active in this pose, reaching with left hand, pushing with left foot, and then feeling release in the left side. The gaze can come down for more stability, or maybe if it feels mindful on your neck, lift your left leg. Good, stay where you are and begin to lift your left leg, flex your left foot. Good. You're using your core to find stability here as you reach and breathe in and out of nose. Opening up your quads, bend your left knee, and then reach around with your left hand for your left foot and peel your heart open. Getting more stability by taking gaze down, or maybe it feels mindful for your neck to lift your gaze up. Pull your heart open a little bit more, and then slowly come to the other side. We're just going to switch sides. Coming into extended side angle. This time it's my left hand and my left knee that are stacking. My hips stack and shoulders stack. Right foot actually pivots and turns. It's firmly rooted down. Take your right arm up first. See how much length you can get and take your gaze to your right hand. Reach over your head and let your gaze follow your right fingertip. Take several breaths here as you push your right foot away. Reach with your right arm and breathe. It's in through the nose and out through the nose. As your nose comes down, your right leg will lift, pull, and push in opposite directions. Good. You'll start to feel the body shaking. Use your abdominal strength to hold your body steady. And then bend your right knee and reach. reach for the top of your right foot. Pull your heart open and take your nose down. Peel your heart open even more, or take your gaze up. Good. Come on back into neutral, hands and knees, and again, we're going to release by coming into child's pose. Sink your bum onto your feet, open your knees wide, and extend your arms out long. Take a couple of breaths. This is a really nice hip opener. Find your breath in and out of nose. Continuing to strengthen and stretch the back with some half camel pose. Take your right hand and reach for your right foot or ankle and stand up onto your knees. With your hips forward, reach your left arm behind you and gaze to the left fingertips. Exhale, take your left hand down. Place your forehead onto the ground and switch sides. Your right arm will lift up. Good, you're just bending your back. Let your head drop. And if it serves you today, both hands can come onto your heels. Head is dropping back. If that doesn't serve you, maybe you're up here with your hands onto your hips. Come on down to child's pose and reclaim your breath. Third eye, the space that is in between your eyebrows, we call our third eye. So your third eye is on the earth, and you're feeling that pressure point is a nice release. Knees are really wide, arms are stretched out, breath is deep and full. Remember, breath is in through the nose and out through the nose. Close your eyes. Take 2 more breaths. In through the nose and out through your nose. Good. Good. Mindfully coming right back up to hands and knees, hands and knees. Wouldn't be a yoga class without a downward facing dog. So let's take a moment, lift up the hips, drop your heart, and breathe. Head is down, breathe, shake it out, bend one knee, bend the other knee. Good. Now walk your feet so that they're wide, really wide, way off your mat, as wide as you can get them. Walk your hands back. And then lift your chin. Don't come up yet. Good, lift your chin. Exhale, fold right in. Place your right hand onto the mat, bend your right knee, and slowly twist to the left. Lift your gaze. Left hand comes down. Good, so we've been here before. It's just a wide leg this time. And right arm comes up. Good, right hand comes down. And then slowly roll it up 1 vertebrae at a time. Take your arms out to a T and then clasp your hands behind your back. Take an inhale to peel your heart open. Exhale to fold right in. You're folding forward and allowing your arms to begin to release off your back. And then gently bend your knees. Good, so you're swaying slightly from side to side, letting your head go. Feeling the release in your shoulders, soften through your neck. Heart is melting through your thighs. Breathe in and out your nose. Good. Hands come back down onto the ground. Lift your chin and fold in. Hands on the ground, shake it out. A little bend in the knees as you roll up mindfully. Arms above your head. Slide your hands to your heart center. And take a moment, close your eyes. Set that intention for your day, your positive intention. Om Shanti. Namaste.